Deciding on an immigration lawyer can feel like an overwhelming situation. You're investing your time, your money, and even your faith in someone, hoping that they can help you or a loved one. And I'm sure you want to make the right decision. Just like every case is different, every lawyer is different. And when it comes down to decide, if you are not an expert in the matter, it could be hard to make a decision. That's why I created these 5 questions you should ask before hiring an immigration attorney, hoping that they could work as a guide to help you make the best decision for your particular needs. My name is Andres Mejer. I'm an immigration attorney and an immigrant myself. I came to this country with my family back in the 80s, and like a lot of you, we struggled a lot to achieve legal status. We hired a lawyer that was supposed to help us solve our immigration issues, but in the end, we only lost money and time and got absolutely nothing out of it. Based on all my bad experience, it's why I decided to become an immigration attorney to help you avoid people like my family ran into, and to avoid the problems and pain that immigration process can bring. Finding the right attorney has never been more important than now. Under Trump, immigration law has changed from how can they help you achieve your immigration goal, by that I mean immigration, to how they can deny your petition for any reason at all. It will take time for that mentality to change. So finding the right attorney to help is more important than ever. Here are some general issues to consider. Passion. You need someone who is passionate about helping immigrants. Empathy. You deserve someone who gets you, someone who has experienced firsthand what it is like to pack up, leave everything they know, and go to a new land. That person is most likely to help you because they know how hard that decision was, and a desire to help. At its core, law is the solving of problems people face in a non-violent manner. We all have problems, believe me. Make sure that the attorney you hire is driven to help problems like yours. With only a couple of questions, you will know if they have it or not. So pay attention to how you are treated by a law firm. How were you treated on the phone and in the office? Was the staff nice or angry or annoyed at being interrupted? Did the attorney answer your questions, or was he curt and condescending? If he treated you poorly, or she, before you hired them, are they likely to treat you better after you pay them? I previously gave you 5 common questions that I get in a consult. Now, I'm going to discuss with you questions that you should ask, but most don't. First, are you really attorneys? I know this seems silly. I can't remember the last time someone asked me if I was an attorney. Maybe that's because most people who meet me already know me. They usually were referred to me by somebody I helped, or another professional, a non-competing attorney that knows we're good at what we do. An attorney is someone with a law degree and has been to practice law in 1 or more states. Every state has an agency where you can search to make sure your attorney is actually licensed to practice law. Both Kim, my wife, and I are licensed in New Jersey and in New York. In the comments, I will leave a post with the links for both New Jersey and New York so you can check and search. Although nobody asks me if I'm an attorney, I can't tell you how many clients have come in saying they had an attorney only to find it was a notario. Notarios can't help you when a problem arises. They say they only help to fill out forms, but applying for a visa or a green card is so much more than filling out a form. The forms are the easiest part of what I do. Success requires strategy, and strategy, which notaries and many attorneys don't have the experience or education to provide. So here are some things to watch out for. Notaries, consultants, travel agents, or others who promise easy solutions to immigration problems. So if the person you think is an attorney is also doing your taxes, is also helping you make travel arrangements, it's a pretty good indication that they're not really an attorney. Anybody who guarantees you a visa in exchange for a free Forgive me, but that's crap. As good as I or any attorney could be, I can't guarantee an outcome. Why? Because it doesn't depend on me. If I'm the one that can approve or deny your application, then I can tell you whether you will get it or not. But when it depends on an agency, all I can tell you is, hey, here's what's worked in the past, and history tells us it'll likely to work for you. Lawyer from other countries who aren't licensed to practice law in the United States. They're still not an attorney. Doesn't matter whether they were an attorney in Chile, in Argentina, in Peru, in Colombia, in Mexico. If they're not licensed in any state in the United States, they are not allowed to practice law in the United States. Another thing to look out for is people who say they know someone who will get you approved. Yeah, that's called fraud. Here's another good question. Have you ever been reprimanded or disciplined for dishonesty? The question is a great question to ask a lawyer. If an attorney has been disciplined for unscrupulous behavior in the past, you may want to look elsewhere. Overzealous or dishonest behavior has no place in the court system. The worst part is that if an attorney does something that deserves reprimand or discipline while working for you, it can harm your case. If you Google attorney ethics grievance, New Jersey, or attorney ethics grievance, New York, attorney ethics grievance, California, or attorney ethics grievance in Texas, basically in whatever state you're in, you're going to find the state's website and you're going to be able to search for the name of the attorney that you're seeing to see if he or she had a grievance. Now, some attorneys who have been reprimanded in the past learn from their mistakes and go on to provide excellent representation. But the fact is that if an attorney has done something unethical in the past, you're under no obligation to believe that he or she won't do it again. So at the very least, ask them. Depending on the answer you get and the information you discover while you're checking a lawyer's record, you may decide you should work with another attorney. While you are searching for an attorney, make sure to check the attorney's online reviews before making a hiring decision. People aren't shy about leaving feedback on Google, particularly negative. It's a lot harder to get people to leave positive comments. So find out whether a lawyer seems untrustworthy and reputable. At Andres Mejer Law, neither Kim nor my wife have been reprimanded for improper or dishonest conduct. One of our core values is to treat others the way we want to be treated. We do our best to live by this golden rule. Another unusual question that you should ask is, are you a member of AILA? AILA is American Immigration Lawyers Association. AILA is the only legal association in the United States for immigration attorneys, the only, national legal association. And it is probably an immigration lawyer's best resource for up-to-date information. Membership in the American Immigration Lawyer Association, or AILA, is a clear indication that the attorney is committed to immigration law. It shows that the lawyer you're working with demonstrates a desire to staying abreast of new developments and practices. While AILA membership is not a guarantee of quality, it does indicate that the attorney is keeping up with the rapid changes in immigration. Think about it. If your loved one needed life-saving surgery, would you want a doctor who stopped learning in 1990? Or would you rather have someone who was up to date on all new procedures, all new treatments, and medicines to save your loved one's life? For most people, the best thing to do is work with an attorney who's a member of AILA. Immigration laws can change quickly, and being part of a professional association helps ensure that the attorney you're working with is continually receiving new information. Now, at Andres Mejer Law, we are active members of AILA and have been for years. We're also active in the New Jersey State Bar Association Immigration Law section. Just because someone is a member of AILA does not mean that they're good. It is not a guaranteed success. However, someone who is not a member of AILA could very well be someone who does immigration every now and again, and also does personal injury, or also does workers' compensation, or criminal law, and family law. And so someone who does a little bit of everything may not be the right person for your immigration case. You want someone that is passionate about helping immigrants and focusing on helping solve their immigration issues. And those individuals are best found as active members of AILA. Another question. What makes you an expert in immigration law? I said so. No, just kidding. Let's be honest. You want someone who has seen thousands of cases like yours and completed them with good results. You don't want someone who is doing your type of case for the first time. So here are some ways to determine the attorney's expertise in immigration law. Take a look if the attorney has written any books on immigration. Has he or she been interviewed on TV, radio, or newspapers? Has the attorney given any seminars on the subject? Does he or she write regular content on their website or YouTube channel? Let's talk about each one. Has the attorney written or published any books on immigration? Writing a book takes time, it takes patience, and it takes knowledge. You don't want just any attorney. You want an attorney who can clearly diagnose your situation and explain it in clear and concise terms. With an author, you can evaluate the attorney's ability before you ever meet them by reading their book. At Andres Mejer and I'm, I've personally have written over 3 published books. My favorite is Do You Qualify for U.S. Legal Status? And the most current edition is presently on its way. Second part, has the attorney been interviewed on TV, radio, or quoted in newspapers? You don't want just any attorney. You want an expert. You want someone who has been recognized for his or her knowledge. Has the attorney ever been on TV? Has the attorney ever been interviewed on the radio? Or has he had his or her own radio show? Has he or she ever been quoted in a newspaper? You can and should be able to answer this just from reviewing the attorney's website. At Andres Mejer and I'm, I've been interviewed on TV all across the country at least 15 times. I had my own radio show. I've appeared in multiple people's podcasts, YouTube channels. We have weekly Facebook Lives, which are now on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and will soon be also on LinkedIn and on Instagram. And you can see copies of all of our material on our website. Newspaper, particularly in the Asbury Park Press, which means a lot to me because I was a Asbury Park Press paperboy when I was younger. I've been interviewed and on the cover of the Asbury Park Press at least twice on the cover. I've been interviewed by them over 10 times. And again, you could see those articles on our website. The fact that I have been on TV and on the radio, and hopefully we'll be on the TV again some more, and we'll be in newspapers some more. None of this means that an attorney will do a good job for you. But again, it does help to know that media like TV, radio, newspapers recognize him or her as an expert and have asked for his or her opinion. Maybe so should you. What about seminars or CLEs? That's continuing legal education. Have you ever given any on immigration? Again, this is a question that you're asking your attorney. Have you ever been on TV? Have you ever been on radio? Have you ever been in a newspaper? Have you ever given a seminar or a continuing legal education class? You want a passionate advocate. You deserve an attorney who has made it his or her mission to educate and inform immigrants of their rights. The best way to do this is through seminars, either to the public or when they have taught other attorneys. When an attorney gets before an audience and answers questions, you never know what question you'll get. Believe me, I've gotten some weird ones. How an attorney expresses himself or herself will tell you a lot about his or her abilities. Some of those seminars should be available on the attorney's website or YouTube channel. Review their seminars and judge for yourself. You should find them on attorney's website, YouTube channel, Facebook videos, Instagram videos, wherever you can find video. Now, me personally, I've given several continuing legal education, some even in Atlantic City at the New Jersey State Bar Association. I've given over 100 seminars at churches, nonprofits, and schools, and I love doing so because it is a way to, one, educate others. Secondly, the questions are the most fascinating. My book actually came from seminars that I would give, where somebody would always ask me, "Hey, do I qualify for?" That's where that's where the title of the book came. Do I qualify for U.S. legal status? Because I took all that information, I presented it in seminars, and then I took it and created a book about it. Another question: does the attorney create regular content for their website like blogs or videos. Take a look at the attorney's website. Has it changed in the last 10 years? Immigration is changing dramatically today. If the attorney doesn't have an updated website, what else is it he or she updating? If the website isn't updated, then you have no way to judge their knowledge or experience before showing up to the consultation. When you have options, wouldn't you prefer to spend your time with someone you know can answer your questions? At Andres Mejer Law, we believe that educated clients are our best clients. We have published 3 books on immigration, criminal law, including Do You Qualify for U.S. Legal Status, that I just spoke to you about. I've been interviewed more than 15 times by ABC, CBS, New Jersey 12, Fox News, and other TV stations in major markets like New York, New Jersey, California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Colorado, Michigan, and other places. I have given over 100 seminars at churches, schools, and nonprofits. I've also had a radio show for years. We do weekly live streams. We have over 900 videos on our website and over 1,000 pages of articles on our website. 900 videos on our YouTube channel and over 1,000 articles in our website. So for us, you could spend hours consuming our content and figuring out, are we the right fit for you or not? I'm not suggesting you need to do that for every attorney. However, again, you sometimes only get one shot to get it right. So all that we just talked about was really focused on how to evaluate if someone is an expert in immigration law. TV, radio, newspapers. That is what we've been talking about. I know it's that's a lot of content that I just provided you. Now, let's move on to next group of questions you should ask to an attorney that you are interested in hiring. And that is, what is your experience in cases like mine? Now, I love this question because it first assumes that you and the attorney have discussed strategy, meaning the attorney needs to understand what type of case you have. Remember, every case is unique. When I talked about the 5 common questions that I get in a prior video, proper strategy first means evaluating the 953 method. If they haven't done that or something like it, the attorney shouldn't be handling your case. What is the 953 method? I'm so glad you asked. 9 principal paths to legal status, like family-based petition, VAWA, U visa, special immigrant juvenile, asylum. Again, 9 principal ways. Then 5 major things in your past that could disqualify you, like criminal convictions, multiple entries, orders of removal, things of that nature. And then 3, if you have one of those 5 things, then there are 3 principal ways to fix it, or the attorney can't help you. For example, post-conviction relief to remove a conviction, motion to reopen to undo an order of removal, or a waiver of something that makes you ineligible. If you don't have a path to legal status, attorney can't help you. If you have a path, but there's something in your past that could disqualify you, hey, you might just be telling immigration where you live, and that may result in your removal, particularly if you don't have one of the 3 fixes. So appropriate strategy means when you ask the question, hey, have you had experience in cases like mine? We're not just talking about, have you had experience in a marriage-based green card? No, it's marriage-based green card with fraud at the border where you presented a passport for a fake person and you need to file for a waiver. Have you strategized about that particular case? And have you handled cases like that? If you're married to a U.S. citizen and you entered the U.S. without permission and were previously deported, those issues can be fixed. If the attorney didn't even ask how you entered the U.S. or any prior contacts with immigration or the police, then the attorney isn't properly evaluating your case. That would be like going to the doctor because of foot pain, and a doctor decides to amputate or cut off your foot without even trying to save your foot through non-surgical means. So the first step is proper strategy. The second step is evaluating how many of your type of case the attorney has handled. At Andres Mejer Law, we have served over 4,100 clients achieve legal status in a variety of ways. We have over 1 million views in our YouTube channel. We have educated over 30,000 immigrants on their legal options in the last 10 years. Now, it is our goal, our mission, to help another 5,000 immigrants achieve legal status in the next 5 years. And with that, we arrive at the end of this video. If you like this video and think someone you know can benefit from it, please share it. I make these videos hoping to clarify a world that can be very complex and even scary at times. I want you to have the information you're going to need so you can make the best decision for yourself and your family. If you want to talk about your case, give us a call. We'll be glad to have a conversation and find the best solution for you. And remember, if we can't help you, we won't take your money. As always, be healthy and stay well. Adios.